Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to Chiaroscuro, the art of living life. Today we are going to do a tarot quickie about whether or not you should play hooky. We've got 3 decks to choose from. Stone number 1. If you were drawn to this stone, I don't know what any of these are. I just pulled them out of a bag randomly. Stone number 2, nice black one. Stone number 3. Alright, this is for whether or not you should be playing hooky today. Again, energy is not specific, so this could be energy that is moving into your sphere. You're currently dealing with this today, or something that's going to be coming up. Other people involved in this, if there's dual energy, you could be represented. If I'm saying that it's you, it actually could be the other person, or, vice versa. So take it however it resonates the best with you. And I hope this resonates. If you like the video, please like, share, subscribe. You know the deal, how it works on these social media platforms. Any comments below if the reading resonates would be appreciated. Helps me to know as a reader that I am making a difference. So please do let me know below in the comments if you enjoy the reading. We are going to move on to deck number 1. This will be the reading for deck number 1 for this stone, about whether or not you should play hooky today. Take a day off, enjoy the sunshine if there is any, and maybe it's a mental health day. We will find out. Rabbit spirit, now is a lucky time. Look at those little babies, little baby abundance. Might be a good idea to take a day off and take care of, spend some time with your kids. If you have kids or pets or something that may be dependent on you. As this being a lucky time, I mean, rabbits are lucky. So perhaps there's something else you want to work on, something else you want to create. Taking off of work or taking off of school, playing hooky may allow you to achieve that. It is a lucky time, so now is the energy swirling around you to be able to get away with it. All right, let's see what's next. Guilt. Do you feel guilty about taking some time off, taking a day off, enjoying yourself? This has happened a lot to me, where maybe I needed a personal day or whatever, and I just could not handle the guilt of being dishonest. So, I mean, if that's the case, then just, take a personal day. You don't have to lie. You don't have to say you're sick. I'm taking a personal day. I got something I got to take care of. I'm taking a personal day. And then do your thing. And don't feel guilty. This is why you feel guilty. 5 of coins. You may be having some financial issues. Taking a day off, though, sounds great. Could possibly, if you're an hourly worker, or perhaps you're struggling in your class and you don't want to miss out on the information because it would set you farther behind if you did. There's some guilt about that. So if you can't reconcile those guilty feelings, I would say don't play hooky. You're not going to enjoy it, so what's the point? If you can't. A lot of the way out of this, though, this kind of a situation, is to ask for help. And perhaps playing hooky is like this blanket, this comfort blanket wrapped around this person. Because, look, it's got stars and moons, and it looks like it's like the blanket of the universe wrapped around you. So perhaps if you're actually considering playing hooky, it might be good for you. It might be good for your own well-being. It might be good for your motivation. It might be good for you know, for a lot of things. But if you can't get rid of that guilt, I wouldn't do it. Because this combo, that's a nasty combo. If you're stressed about money, if you're stressed about missing out on a workload or something like that, unless you could figure out a way to eliminate that. You know, can you pick up extra hours on another day if you're working? Can you, is there somebody in your class who takes really good notes that you can do a note exchange with, who's maybe borrowed from you before? Because I'm guessing you probably are pretty good at fulfilling your obligations because you're worried about that money, making that money. So you probably show a lot. But I don't think... Don't be that sad person in the background. Don't do it. Now is a lucky time. So, oh, look at that chain. She's chained to her duty and obligation. You were chained to something. That is why you feel guilty. I think it might be good for you to break free for a day. It's gonna, if you feel chained to something, it's gonna give you a new sense of control, to take control and make a slightly different choice. Now is a lucky time. Lots of abundance. You'll have a great time. Pretty card. I like it. Anyway, that is, if you're attracted to the first deck, this is your reading for whether or not you should play Hookie. Hope that it helps. We're going to be, thank you also for watching, and we're going to move on to deck number 2. This is the Tarot Quickie for deck number 2, the Blackstone, for whether or not you should play Hookie today. Let's take a look at what's going on. Dragonfly Spirit. Truth ascends illusion. This has a lot to do with connecting to higher realms, guides, gifts, other messages trying to come through from the non-physical. This also has to do with getting out there and experiencing life. In-life messages exist. If you, I don't know, that's just coming to me. If in-life messages exist, the message, the answers that you're looking for, the connection that you're looking for exists in the experiences of life. It's automatically sounding like a very good, fix this, that looks a little weird, very good recommendation for playing Hookie, the experiences of life. Isolation. So you're probably not getting out there. You're probably spending a lot of time at home. There is a big difference between solitude and isolation. So solitude is beneficial. Isolation is cutting yourself off in a negative and harmful way. So perhaps you're not getting out there and having the life experiences you need to gain the information about life that would appease your soul. Page of Swords reversed. It's like you've got questions and you're not asking them. You're not seeking, or maybe you're asking, but you're not seeking out the answers. You want to just be handed to you. It's like, you know, I've done some readings for people who, they say, when am I going to meet the one? And I do a reading and I'm like, oh wow, you're actually really close. You just have to get out there, do some stuff. And they're like, no, I'd rather stay at home and watch Netflix. And then they come back to me a month later and they say, I didn't meet the one. You know, you were wrong. And I said, well, did you stay at home and watch Netflix, or did you actually get out in the world? And they're like, I just stayed at home and watched Netflix. Well, maybe your bae is in the Netflix TV show and that's as close as you're going to get. You know, it's that kind of energy of, I don't want to, you know, I don't want to seek the answers that I'm looking for. I'm just going to ask the questions. That's what this is about. You're in a funk. I'm going to tell you that right now. You are in a funk. You've spent too much time by yourself, and it's making you funky in your head. It's time to get out into the world. This is unequivocally a yes. Play hooky. Don't go to work. You know, don't go to class. Don't do the obligations that you had set. Play hooky. But play hooky to experience something new. Do not play hooky and sit at home. Play hooky and do something. Have an experience on that day, you know? Don't just sleep in and lay around in your pajamas. If you're going to do that, just do what you need to do. But if you're willing to get out there, because the answers you're seeking to the questions you're asking are out there, but you have to find them. And get out there in the world. No expectations, you know, just, I'm going to go do X, Y, and Z today, and we'll see what happens. And it's going to help bring you out of that funk. This almost feels a little bit like mild depression. That's kind of what's coming off of that to me a little bit. And perhaps there are things, truth transcends illusion, things you aren't seeing correctly, illusions you are under, and it would help you to get out there in the world instead of sitting, you know, isolating yourself. Connect to things, connect to people, connect to experiences. Mainly experiences. A lot of this is experience. But people can be part of experiences as well. They don't have to be. You can do them in solitude, not in isolation. But anyway, this is your this is exciting. If you play hooky, and you actually get out in the world, you're gonna have a really exciting day. There's some magical information that wants to come your way. It's great. Anyway, deck 2, thank you for watching. This is your reading for whether or not you should play hooky today. I'm going to move on to deck number 3. If you chose deck number 3, this 3-colored stone, it's kind of cool. I don't know what it is, but I like it. It's interesting. Deck 3, this is your reading for whether or not you should play hooky. Owl Spirit, you see clearly now. This is a lot about intuition, instinct, and your senses. Perhaps you see things others don't. Can you read between the lines? Maybe you're good at understanding the detailed information within an interaction, the unsaid things. I'm not talking about over-obsessing, where you're like, well, what did he mean by that? What did she mean by that? I'm not talking about that. You just know. There's additional senses working here where you see a more clear picture. Either that, or I think with this that your senses are being heightened, they're being awakened, and it may be a little bit overwhelming, the information that you're getting. Sensory overload can happen with this because you see too clearly. It's like when I go shopping. I walk into a store, I've got about 15 minutes before my brain shuts down from all the colors and sights and smells and lights and noise. 15 minutes, and then I shut down, and my face goes white, and I'm not making any more choices then. Brain can't think. It's kind of like that, where you may not understand what I'm talking about, but that's kind of the situation. Overload. Possibly. We'll see with the other cards what's going on here. Perception. Perception. Interesting. This is about coming full circle. This is about completing your projects. This is about carrying through with plans, following through on responsibilities, and allowing something that was once barren to transform into something lush by doing that. And it's all about your perception. Is this garden just a bunch of dirt, or is there magic there? you know? Interesting. I'm feeling torn at this point between Hookie for you. Four of Swords reversed. I suspect you're not taking care of yourself. There's an element of needing rest here. Perhaps there's illness. Perhaps it's, you're not giving yourself time to heal, giving yourself time to rest, doing too much. Oh, overloaded. And need a new perspective on things. So I would say, in this particular case, there are a little bit of issues with taking responsibility. A little bit of issues. So this one feels 50-50 to me, because I could see in the wrong mindset you playing Hookie and simply running away from the things that you need to finish. I don't think that is going to be a beneficial way to play Hookie. However, there's potentially some lack of clarity, lack of understanding of a situation, a shift in perception of what's actually happening that were you to play Hookie and actually properly take care of yourself. This would be the Hookie of rest, relaxation. This is not the time of playing Hookie and then go party with your friends. This is not that kind of Hookie. So I'm 50-50 on this one, because I think it really depends on your perspective. If you're looking to just skirt your responsibilities, I would recommend no Hookie. But if there's something that is overloading you and you are unable to see the way through, whether in work or in school or whatever the responsibility is, maybe you're too immersed in something and needs a little bit of space, need a little bit of rest that you're not allowing yourself. If that's the case, take some time to calm your mind, because see clearly, and this card, when this is upright, is about seeing clearly, taking rest, to be removing yourself from a situation in order to see and understand it better, to have the higher perspective. Clouded vision here. So 50-50. However that resonates with you, more than likely you're not going to think you're the person that's skirting responsibility. But for some of you viewing, that's you. You just don't want to deal with it. And this isn't about not dealing with it. This is about dealing with it because you need to finish it. There's a proper way forward. But if you can't see the way forward, take a break so that you can recollect yourself, so that you can re-engage in a better fashion with your responsibilities and what you need to do. But if you're simply looking to run away from them, don't play Hookie. So 50-50 here, guys. Depends on how it resonates with you. Thank you for watching. I hope you liked the video, and this concludes the reading for Deck 3.